In this video, we'll finish our trek with Amarok Adventures on the famous Laugavegur Trail, see the Grand Canyon of Iceland, endure a yellow weather alert.
Holy shit.
One of the hikers gets injured and has to quit. We'll manage the huts, make a dangerous river crossing.
Thank you so much.
And see some of the most incredible sights on this planet.
Day 9, and I am so glad the weather was good yesterday. It was cooperating yesterday afternoon. It was good. I launched the drone, got some great drone footage, and now look at this. So yeah, as you can tell, I have a full-on cold now, and this is the second to the last day of hiking. I am honestly looking forward for this to be over with. I have mixed feelings about this quote-unquote vacation, but I am truly stretching myself, that's for sure.
Today we have a 16K hike with only 200 meters of elevation change and 2 river crossings. If you haven't watched my first 2 videos of this trek, it will sound like I'm whining, complaining, and ungrateful. But we have truly endured unusually wet and cold conditions, and honestly, I'm not prepared. Our tour guide Albert said this was one of the wettest treks he had been on in several years.
Yes, that's correct. Another river crossing.
At this point, we had made about 30 river crossings, so the last thing I wanted to do was take my boots off and put the water shoes on.
It's not even 9 in the morning!
This river was not deep, so we went across without a river buddy, and I was able to film while crossing.
Huh? What's that? What's that? Unfortunately, this is not our hut for the night. It's only about 9:30 in the morning, and we just happen to be coming across a hut in Hvanngil? Anyway, we're going to stop by there this beautiful sunny morning in this Icelandic summer, some toilets, and just enjoy the enclosure for a little bit, and then move on.
The correct pronunciation is Hvanngil. This is the only time we've stopped at a hut during the day. I didn't go inside. I found a side of the hut with the least wind and tried to collect my thoughts. This style of lava is called Pahoehoe. It just happens to look exactly like lava in Hawaii for how it was formed. We're now on the famous Laugavegur Trail. Honestly, this portion seems flat and unimpressive. Not much to see, but the weather is socked in and there's low visibility. So as I said, the Laugavegur Trail is very popular, and with that can bring newer, less experienced hikers, as you will see later in this video. Yes, just like me, but the difference is we're with Albert, an expert Icelandic hiker.
The face of the mountain, and this mountain is the beginning of the Black Desert.
When you come across this river crossing, do not hike it at the road. There are many license plates and other garbage in the river that can hurt you. Go 100 meters upstream and then travel across the river there. It's the same depth and much safer.
One pole per person. We're going in 2-person groups. 1 pole on the left, 1 pole on the right. You want the stronger person upstream first. Yeah. Right here, dude. Right here, dude, we did it. Yeah. Cold. Oh, it was cold. Okay, now it's just miserable right now. Yes, horizontal rain.
I accidentally pressed a button on my Insta360 and it changed the white balance. It's easy to do when the screen and my fingers are wet.
We're actually trying to hurry our way to the hut to be there around 3 or 4 o'clock before the actual storm arrives. Yes, that's correct, before the actual storm arrives. Because of the weather and the rain and everything.
You will see many of these markers along the Laugavegur Trail. The numbers do not correspond to miles or any distance of that matter. They are simply the number of posts on the way to Dorsmork. At this point, I'm in survival mode. As you can tell, it's extremely windy and the rain is completely soaking one side of our bodies. We are freezing cold. The Laugavegur Trail is 34 miles long and known for its striking scenery, glaciers, hot springs, and colorful mountains. We haven't seen any of that today, but we experienced hot springs and the colorful rhyolite mountains seen in my first video. I will put a link in the description below. This trail runs between Hvanngil and Dorsmork, and National Geographic listed it as one of the most beautiful trails in the world.
Definitely out of my comfort zone. I am not comfortable. It's Mount Hattafell, and that is the end of the Black Desert.
The correct pronunciation is Hattafell. It is considered to be one of the most photographed landscapes in Iceland. This is Markarfljotsgljufur Canyon. It's lesser known because of its remote location in the highlands. It's not the largest canyon in Iceland, but it's very deep and is the result of a huge subglacial volcanic eruption. This is absolutely stunning, and this two-dimensional format doesn't do it justice.
Now we are less than 10 minutes away from the hut. Well, the weather let up, thank goodness, and we are arriving at a very good time. It's like not even 2:30 yet,
So thankful to see the hut. And I had no idea how much the weather would turn for the better once we arrived. The hut in Emstrur accommodates 60 people, and we shared our room with a family of 4 others. It didn't have power, but we had showers and sinks. We were able to place our wet boots and socks next to the heater and hang everything in this tiny room. Everything had a good chance of drying overnight.
Before I learned that,
Yeah,
so
there he's
he's setting us up. Yeah.
For about an hour, the skies opened up and I was able to launch the drone. Off in the distance were 2 massive and beautiful glaciers. They are so huge, I had the drone going full speed towards them, and it looks like it's practically sitting still. The storm came in at night and it got very loud from the wind, but we were too tired to care.
Day 10, final day of this shit. We're heading to the next hut.
Albert did a masterful job at forecasting the arrival of storms and when we should leave or arrive to and from the huts.
We're headed today, our final day, 7:30 in the morning. The storm. People that are intense are insane. Wow, I could never do this. Oh, also, starting out, all of my clothes are dry. They are dry for now. It feels so good.
Today we have a 16K hike with 400 meters elevation from Emstrur to Dorsmork. Dorsmork is technically the beginning of the Laugavegur Trail, but hikers will travel either way to or from Hvanngil. One of the hikers slipped and fell in this river. He got completely soaked, twisted an ankle, and his hip landed hard on a rock. He gathered himself and decided he couldn't continue. Luckily, we were only 15 minutes from the hut.
Waiting for Albert to take back to the hut, and then Albert will scurry his way back here and we will continue on.
The Icelandic weather is known for its unpredictability, but we know that there is a huge storm on the way and we're trying to beat it. Albert figured the wind speed to be about 100 kilometers per hour. The impending storm coming off of the glacier.
Look at that. Look at that. Magnanimous. That is water being swept up by the wind. It is quite nice right now. We'll see how long this can hold up.
My feet are tired and bruised from the many river crossings. I am not alone. All of us are in some kind of pain and fatigued from the overall experience. Yes, I've learned through Buddhist teachings that nothing is permanent and to calmly experience the easy and hard times in my life. But this experience has been a true test of my mindfulness and acceptance.
That's about as beautiful as things can get right there.
Yes, it's really windy, but I'm enjoying this as I'm dry and not freezing.
I just can't stop taking photos and video of this area. It's just so gorgeous. The lighting is perfect right now. Yeah, baby. Woo. Gotta keep going, I can stay ahead of it. Oh, there we go.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Wow.
We are now officially in an Iceland yellow weather alert, the least intense alert. Orange is next, followed by the most intense alert, red. I think Oliver Wendell put it best. A mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions.
We're all wearing glasses to protect our eyes from the sand. The saying goes, if you want to get out of an Icelandic forest, just stand up.
Iceland was once covered in forests, then experienced severe deforestation after the Viking settlement and climate change. It's hard for reforestation to occur due to the harsh environment and sheep grazing. This unicorn-shaped mountain is called Einhyrningur. Two hikers separate from our group asked to join us. They were shocked by the weather and high river crossings. Albert allowed them to join, but said he had no responsibility for them. Some of these planted areas are experimental as the harsh Icelandic environment makes it tough for most plant life to grow here. We had a lunch break in this quote-unquote forest and some much-needed rest.
Lunch in an Icelandic forest. Gotta start moving soon. I am getting really cold. I got the chills. Finish this. Wow.
Icelanders are known for their sagas from mainly the 9th, 10th, and 11th centuries. This is stunning. I have never actually looked down on a rainbow, much less two of them.
Having fun! Oh my God. Our last river crossing of the trip.
Now this was no ordinary river crossing. It had been raining hard the last few days and the river levels had risen much higher than normal. It took 5 of us, arms linked together, to safely cross. This river was very swift and dangerous. Albert not only helped the 2 hikers who joined us, he ended up crossing 3 other groups of hikers as well. A true hero for sure. Today is the first time we were near forage that was actually taller than us, completely changed the landscape.
One and a half kilometers until we are done.
So thankful we're nearing the end. My left foot is bruised, hip flexors are very tight, and I have a sore throat and full-on cold.
There's the hut. Oh God, we're so close.
Post number 1. Technically the beginning of the Laugavegur Trail. We just hiked it backwards.
There she is. There's the end. Oh yes. Come here.
Take a picture together.
Thank you so much.
Oh my God,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mark, come here. Man, well done.
Well done.
Well done. Yes, thank you both.
Dorsmork. This area is beautiful and very remote. It is surrounded by glaciers and 3 rivers and only accessible with high 4-wheel drive vehicles. The clouds parted ways and it ended up being a beautiful afternoon. This is the best shot I took of the entire trek. A bright and vibrant rainbow briefly appeared and it's slamming into a massive glacier as the drone is floating above one of the majestic rivers. A truly incredible sight to see and record. This wasn't a vacation, this was an adventure. My life goal is to seek discomfort, and I fully found it on this trek. We were all so incredibly thankful to be finished, and we felt like we experienced something very significant and special together.
Oh yeah? Okay. Really? I don't get it. Wow.